Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This is the May What's on My Desk update, and May has been a busy month, still getting settled into our new place and of course keeping up with my baby boy here. He's been napping a little bit more, so I feel like he's also found his voice, getting us back into the groove a little bit. So I have some work in progress to share with you, and let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna just get right into the update. My son is kind of loud in the background right now, but that's okay because that's the way it is. So this is my May title page. I have it penciled out, and now you may notice there's some spiral binding and a singular page. What have I done to my country diary? So I actually took it apart. Yes, I did. So here's the back and the front and the spiral binding. And the reason I did that is two reasons. One, I'm left-handed and I kind of go like this, so the spiral binding was really getting in the way of me painting. And I was holding my arm in a weird way, and I feel like I can't get as fluid of a stroke in a line. So it was starting to bother me. And then the second thing I mentioned in other videos is that for the previous months, I've been using this fluid paper by Speedball, and this is a sketchbook. I bought this with this paper, and I do use it for certain tutorials, but my all-time favorite paper is the Arches. I actually use the cold pressed 140 pound. So what I did is took some Arches paper and I cut it to 6 by 6. I'm just looking for the actual, here we go. So I cut it to a 6 by 6 square with my paper cutter. Then I put one of the Fluid brand papers over top, traced the little holes, then used a cutting mat and a X-Acto blade to cut out these holes. So the reason is I, put a lot of work into this. It's a cool project. I'm getting lots of great feedback from you guys, which is great, but especially when I need to paint quickly, the old paper is not always the best paper, and I'm just finding I'm not as happy with my illustrations and how the paint flows around on the paper. So it's not to be said that you can't use the fluid paper. I like it for a lot of things, and it's really smooth. It's really smooth, so that's really nice. But I've just been yearning to paint on Arches paper again. So I'm going to continue on. Now I don't have to redo any of what I've done. And I'll just cut 2 of these for each month going forward. And then I can continue my country diary, and then I'll put it all back together at the end, and it'll be a fun project. And I don't know, I might redo this one for April back in the winter months if I have time and it's, cold and there's not as many plants out. There's a few pages I'm not really happy with. I'm not gonna throw them out, but like this page I love. March was kind of a tricky month for me. I mentioned in the March update just because I lost my cat. She's still missing, and it was really upsetting and hard for me to continue painting and filming even though I did. So we'll see. And then this morning I was getting really distracted and I started this chocolate lily, but you can see it was right next to the binding, and I just kind of rushed through it, and I just, finished painting the first layer without much effort put in because I was getting frustrated, and I was like, you know what, this is not worth it. So I went ahead and made my own Arches sketchbook. So yeah, I'm starting over on my May title page. And then this is page 2 for May. It's a spotted coral root orchid, and it's a wild orchid found here on Vancouver Island. So it's a very little sort of delicate orchid plant, and then I've enlarged the flower so you can see it's actually quite a nice exotic looking flower. So that will be in the country diary update next week for showing you all of the May paintings. This is my reference photo for May. So I've just cut out the pictures from my photographs in Photoshop and then laid them out in my layout and then transferred it onto the paper. So I have a chocolate lily, the blue camas, sea blush, and monkey flowers. These are all things growing up in the meadow that is literally just 5 minutes above my house. It's a protected meadow with rare plants in it, so it's a really beautiful place to live. I'd love to get up there more. It's not stroller accessible, so it's hard with my son, but I have been up there a few times. And I'll show you more of that in, again, the Country Diary update coming out next Friday. So that's what's going on with my Country Diary. Other than that, I also, if you didn't know, have an online sort of membership school on my website. So it's called the Watercolor Garden, and right now I'm doing a watercolor challenge with my students, and that's to swatch all your colors in your palette and create tonal swatches. So these are all of the swatches that I've done. There's a few more days left in the challenge. I've been posting a swatch video every day, and then some other tip videos that are making up this new class, this full-length class called Botanical Color 101. So the challenge content is making up part of that class, and everyone's following along, and there's a community page, so people are posting their work. We're talking about paint and color, and it's really fun. So yeah, I've been working on that and posting a swatch video every day in the Watercolor Garden. Wow, I didn't think he'd be this loud. All right, and then another update is these cute little watercolor backgrounds I've been working on. I have this desire to add some kind of background to some of my botanical paintings, maybe not quite like this, but you know, around the bottom or something. It's not traditional botanical style, but it's also really fun to just do something really fluid and loose and add it to a bit of a more traditional, tighter painting. So I've just been experimenting on scrap pieces of paper, and then I have used a tiny bit of white gouache mixed in with my watercolors to do some of the light over dark areas. So these are some of my experiments I did yesterday, and I had so much fun with it. I made another one and I made it into a bookmark. So yeah, you might be seeing something like this incorporated in, just because I think it's also more fun to watch on film for YouTube videos, to have that extra sort of movement of color and sort of like a full scene taking shape rather than just an isolated plant. And Kai is very interested in these. Yeah, very pretty, hey? And then lastly, as I'm running out of time here, is I changed one of my sketchbooks. I changed this sketchbook into a color study sketchbook. And so I've cut out a picture of a plant that I took a picture of. This is a calypso orchid, a fairy slipper orchid I found nearby. And then I did a little sketch of it, and then I mixed all sorts of colors and painted it right close to the picture so I could match it up in the best way possible, and then made my color mixing notes and then sort of my final mixes. So this is a great way to experiment with color, learn about color mixing. And also now I haven't been able to paint this painting yet, so I can come back to this page and mix up all my colors. And here is one for the spotted coral root orchid, and I do have a video kind of showing you some of my whole process of color mixing, painting, and everything that will be coming out at some point. I'm just still editing it. Editing videos is actually a lot of work. If I didn't have to edit videos, I'd probably have a lot more paintings, but I like doing both. So yeah, this is my last little update for May. So I will see you in the next video, which I'm hoping to post next Friday for the full May Country Diary update. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're interested in knowing more about the Watercolor Garden, my online painting school that has full-length, full instruction classes on it, then you can click the link below in the description to hop on the waitlist and get more information about the next enrollment opening.